A search today for Maya Miliete at an abandoned house in Hamul.
Plus, we're ending the week with a spring heat wave. We have a first look at your microclimate forecast.
Los Angeles County poised to move into the yellow tier by sometime next week. But how could this happen before San Diego? A county leader breaks it down.
Local woman Ashley Babbitt shot and killed by Capitol Police in January. Now her family is suing the department for $10 million.
With dogs, humans, and snakes sharing San Diego's dusty trails, I'll teach you how to keep your pooch safe.
Meet the Carmel Valley teenager hoping to help people recover from COVID brain fog with music therapy.
And the Bulls stopped here and got stuck, where a helicopter had to lift this nearly 1,800-pound animal to safety. News 8 starts right now.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Heather Myers.
And I'm Steve Price. Carlo and Barbara Lee have the night off. Search teams were out in Hamul today. They're looking for a missing mother of 3 from Chula Vista.
News 8's David Gottfredson has more on the ongoing search for Maya Miliete.
6 vehicles showed up Friday morning at the abandoned Babbitt House Ranch at the intersection of Highway 94 and Proctor Valley Road in Hamul. A small team of volunteers was inside the ranch house and also on horseback searching for Maya Miliete, a Chula Vista mother of 3 who has been missing for almost 4 months. The 160-acre ranch is private property with a 2-story Victorian farmhouse built in 1891. For weeks, volunteer search teams have been looking for the missing mother along the Proctor Valley Road corridor from Chula Vista to Hamul. Friday's effort involved a smaller group of volunteers, not part of the larger Maya Miliete Search Warriors effort. Miliete went missing on Thursday, January 7th, from her home on Paseo Los Gatos in Chula Vista. The 39-year-old had made an appointment with a divorce attorney and reportedly argued with her husband, Larry Miliete, that same day. Loud bangs were recorded in the neighborhood that night. Sources told News 8 Larry Miliete has a juvenile criminal history. He was arrested in 1997 at the age of 15 for stabbing another teenager in the Bay Terraces neighborhood of San Diego. The victim survived, but Miliete was booked into juvenile hall on charges of assault with a deadly weapon.
I have reason to believe that he was in a gang.
Attorney Billy Little is working with Maya's family to investigate the case.
It's my understanding this was a gang-related incident, that there were multiple other people around. He was taken into custody as a juvenile.
The search for Maya Miliete continues this weekend. Search volunteers are meeting Sunday at 9 a.m. at the Bonita Golf Course off Sweetwater Road. And tomorrow is Maya Miliete's 40th birthday. A celebration is planned for 1 p.m. at Fiesta Island. We reached out to Larry Miliete for comment for this report. He did not get back to us. Chula Vista Police has not named him a suspect in the case. Steve?
David, you talked about all the searches that have been conducted so far. What other areas are left to search?
Well, I asked Maya's family about that, and they told me a lot of places in the desert have not been searched. And I asked them, well, what places in the desert has Larry and Maya visited in the past? And they kind of gave me a short list, including Akatia Wells, Fish Creek, and an area known as the Badlands.
All right, the search continues. David, thank you. Well, today, San Diego County
Lots of sunshine in that forecast for today, and those temperatures, they were scorching to wrap up the month of April. We were well above seasonal. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis. Let's take a look at how we shaped up for today, because it definitely felt more like summer than it did spring. Upper 90s across the valleys, also some 80s right along the coast. 107 degrees today for Borrego Springs. We even had some record-breaking temperatures for 4 cities. So we had that for Escondido at 97 degrees. Ramona was at 95. also talking about record-breaking heat for Alpine and for El Cajon. The previous records stood on this day back in 1996 and 2015. So that's a wrap-up to the heat as well, not just for the month, but also talking about those above seasonal temperatures. We cool down drastically by this weekend. Dense fog will roll in right along the immediate coast. That's going to be the case through tomorrow morning, tonight through tomorrow morning, back into the 60s. So we're talking about a 10 to 30 degree drop in our temperatures because of that strong onshore flow, and it's also going to bring some problems to the mountains and the desert. So more details on that coming up in your complete forecast. Steve?
Today, San Diego County reporting the most coronavirus cases we've had all week. 196 cases of COVID reported today, but there is some good news. That is just 1% of nearly 17,000 tests. The number of people in the ICU with coronavirus is the lowest it's been since last summer, and hospitalizations are averaging the same low rate. 2 COVID deaths were reported today, making that 14 over the past 6 days.
There's still plenty of vaccine availability at some sites across the county, including the Balboa Municipal Gym. Today, San Diego Fire Rescue officials told us that they are administering a few hundred doses a day, but they can do about 1,000. Next week, they will have all 3 vaccines available, Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. The site is open Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 3. Appointments can be made through the county's website, but also walk-ups are now welcome. Just to the north of us, Los Angeles County could move into the yellow tier by next week, and this comes after a dramatic drop in cases and deaths there. So how is LA beating us to the less restrictive tier? News 8's Heather Hope spoke to a county leader to break it down.
Yes, it does seem rather odd that LA County, with the record number of COVID cases and deaths, could be beating San Diego County to the least restrictive tier. But San Diego County Chair Nathan Fletcher says there's more than what meets the eye to the race to reopening.
We have a lower case count than LA throughout the duration of COVID, and we've done more vaccines.
So how is Los Angeles County poised to move up to California's least restrictive yellow tier come next week?
Week after week recently, these numbers prove that the hard work we're doing.
LA County Department of Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer talked over charts showing LA cases per 100,000 being so low the county is on track to leave the orange tier.
Moving into the yellow tier allows for increases in indoor capacity across many sectors, and it also allows bars to begin providing indoor services at 25% capacity.
Increased capacities across the board in the yellow tier, including amusement parks to breweries, gyms, museums, and private gatherings. But how could LA County, with nearly triple our population with 10 million people, beat San Diego County?
They have more natural immunity because more people got COVID in LA than got it in San Diego County. And so the fuel for the fire potential spread is less. So in a way, they're benefiting now from not having done well previously.
San Diego County Supervisors Chair Nathan Fletcher says San Diego would need 2 consecutive weeks in the lower tier of our adjusted case rate in order to change. We've had hospitalizations drop by 22% and a 25% decrease in COVID-19 confirmed ICU patients.
We were on the precipice of going into red the first time, and we've kind of held consistent and steady there.
For the last 3 weeks since being in the orange tier, San Diego has had a hint of red, with our case rate and our adjusted case rate holding steady above 6. You need less than a 1 or 2 to make it into yellow.
And I think with all of the reopenings and everything we're seeing, I think San Diego County is doing great. Certainly, we'd love to get there, and I hope as a region we get there before June 15th. And if folks continue to be safe, again, I expect our case rate will be lower next week.
So if LA County indeed moves to the yellow tier, they expect to make that change by Wednesday. Meanwhile, San Diego County will still be in the orange tier for the time being. Heather Hope, News 8.
Yeah, hopefully it'll happen soon. Heather, thank you. Well, 1 in 3 people over the age of 16 is vaccinated in California now, and more than half of all adults in the state have had at least 1 dose of the vaccine.
Oh, man.
Let's get you to this moment.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Of relief.
Awesome.
Well, now a campaign is underway to get even more people vaccinated. The State Department of Public Health has launched 2 new TV ads that aim to inspire and empower people to get the vaccine, especially the most vulnerable populations.
The family of a San Diego woman shot and killed by a Capitol police officer during the riot on January 6th is reportedly planning a $10 million lawsuit. According to Zenger News, the family of local veteran Ashley Babbitt wants to sue Capitol Police and the unidentified officer involved. News 8's Alicia Summers is following the story and has more.
We reached out to the attorney representing the local Babbitt family and have not received a response yet, but he is quoted by Zanger News saying, "We intend to vindicate Ashley's constitutional rights, which were egregiously violated." A woman inside this violent mob at the Capitol building on January 6th was 35-year-old Ashley Babbitt. She could be seen here climbing through a broken window, about to enter the speaker's lobby. Then you see a Capitol police officer fire. Babbitt falls backwards and dies. After a review, the Department of Justice decided not to charge the police officer who killed the unarmed Air Force veteran who lived in Ocean Beach, saying there was insufficient evidence and cited self-defense. Here is Ashley Babbitt's uncle, who lives in Spring Valley.
She loves her country. She loves the president.
We spoke to him shortly after his niece was identified back in January.
Someone who served her country and loved it and our democracy and ultimately gave her life for it.
Zanger News is reporting that the Babbitt family is seeking justice in federal court, suing the U.S. Capitol Police Department and the unidentified officer who shot Babbitt for at least $10 million. They hired attorney Terrell Roberts, whose office is in Maryland. He will reportedly notify the Capitol Police within the next 10 days of his intent to file suit. Zanger News quotes Roberts saying, "A rookie police officer would not have shot this woman. If she committed any crime by going through the window and into the speaker's lobby, it would have been trespassing, some misdemeanor crime. All a rookie cop would have done is arrest her." We reached out to the Babbitt family for comment as well, but have not heard back yet.